Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time we're tackling a topic that we get tons of questions about from the salesfully.com community.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about how to make marketing actually work these days.
Right.
In this crazy world that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like everything is changing so fast.
It really is.
So we found this awesome article.
Oh, cool.
It's called 6 Ways to Shift Your Marketing Strategy for the Modern Consumer Journey.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And it's packed with insights about how to ditch the old playbook
Get rid of it.
and build a marketing strategy that actually gets results.
Yes.
I think one of the things that really resonated with me is that
Oh, yeah.
consumers today are just so much savvier
Oh, absolutely.
than they used to be.
Yeah.
And their journey to making a purchase,
Mm-hmm.
it's not linear anymore.
No.
It's all over the place.
Like a maze.
They're on their phones, their computers, they're in stores, they're talking to their friends.
It's everywhere.
So this old school spray and pray marketing,
Oh, yeah.
it just doesn't cut it.
Just doesn't work anymore.
So how do we adapt to this new landscape?
Yeah.
Well, the first point in the article really caught my eye.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about becoming a digital footprint detective.
Interesting. What's that all about?
So I was wondering if you could break that down for us.
Well, it's kind of like
What does that even mean?
being a digital Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, okay.
You're following those digital breadcrumbs,
Correct.
figuring out where your customers are going online.
So like when they visit our website
Exactly.
or engage with our social media,
Uh-huh.
click on an email,
Yep, all of that.
all those actions are leaving clues
They are.
about what they're interested in, what they need, what they like.
It paints a picture of them.
So we can use that information
Yeah,
to create more targeted marketing campaigns.
that's the idea.
And that leads to the second point,
Okay.
omni-channel marketing.
Right, which is something that we've been hearing a lot about from the salesfully.com community.
Yeah, they're really struggling with this
Oh, yeah.
because their customers are everywhere.
Yeah.
So what is omni-channel marketing?
Well, it's basically about
Why is it so important?
creating a seamless experience
Oh, okay.
for your customers across all the different channels that they interact with.
So it's not just about being on all the channels.
Right.
It's about making sure those channels are working together
Exactly.
to create a consistent experience.
a unified brand message
Yeah.
everywhere.
Okay, I'm starting to get it.
And the really cool thing is that companies that are doing this well,
Yeah.
they're seeing some pretty impressive results.
Like what?
Well, the Aberdeen Group,
Okay.
they found that companies with strong omni-channel strategies
Mhm.
have a 91% higher customer retention rate
Wow.
year over year.
So almost double.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So that's why omni-channel is so important.
Okay, I'm convinced. Omnichannel is the way to go.
It really is.
All right, so let's move on to the third point,
Right.
data-driven decisions.
Yes.
And I have to admit, this one makes me a little nervous
I get it.
because data can feel so intimidating.
Yeah, especially if you're not a data scientist.
Right. Like I'm not a numbers person.
But it doesn't have to be scary.
Okay, so how do we make data our friend?
Well, think of data as a secret weapon
Okay, a secret weapon.
that helps you understand your customers better
Mm-hmm.
and make smarter marketing decisions.
Okay, so it's not just about collecting data.
Right.
It's about using it to make better decisions.
Exactly. It's about turning that data into insights.
So how do we actually do that?
Well, there are all sorts of tools and techniques,
Okay.
but the basic idea is to use data to track what's working and what's not.
Okay, so like if we see a spike in website traffic after launching a new blog post,
Exactly.
that tells us we're doing something right.
It means that content is resonating with your audience.
And we should do more of that. And the cool thing is that
Nice.
there are tons of tools available to help us make sense of all this data,
Oh, yeah. There are some amazing platforms out there.
even for small businesses.
Yeah, even if you don't have a big budget.
So we don't have to be data scientists to use data effectively.
Nope, not at all.
I love that. So data doesn't have to be this scary monster.
Nope.
It can be a powerful tool
It really can be.
that helps us make smarter decisions and achieve better results.
If you use it the right way.
All right, I'm feeling much more confident about this whole data thing now.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
So what's next? What's the next step in this marketing evolution?
Well, the article's fourth point really emphasizes
I
the
see.
importance of the customer experience.
Oh yeah, and this is something that we've been hearing a lot about from the salesfully.com community.
Really?
They're really focused on creating a positive experience for their customers.
And for good reason.
Why is that?
Because customer experience is everything.
In what way?
It's no longer enough to just offer a great product or service.
Right.
Today's consumers, they expect more.
What do they expect?
They want to feel valued.
Okay.
understood,
Yeah.
and appreciated.
So it's not just about the transaction.
Well,
It's about the relationship.
exactly. It's about building those long-term relationships.
Okay, I get it.
And the research backs this up.
Oh, yeah?
A study by PwC found that
Oh.
73% of consumers
Wow.
say that customer experience is a key factor in their purchasing decisions.
So we really need to roll out the red carpet for our customers.
We do.
But what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, think about a time
Uh-huh.
when you had an amazing customer service experience. Maybe a company went above and beyond to solve a problem.
Yeah.
Or a website that was so easy to navigate,
Yeah, I love that.
it felt like a breeze.
Yeah, those are the kinds of experiences that make you want to come back for more.
Exactly. And often it's the small things that make the biggest difference.
Like what?
Like responding to emails promptly,
Yeah.
providing helpful resources on your website, making the checkout process seamless.
Okay. Yeah, those are all good
They
things.
can make a huge difference.
So it's about sweating the small stuff
It is.
and putting ourselves in our customers' shoes.
Exactly.
I love that approach.
Yeah.
So what's the fifth point in our marketing playbook?
All right, so this one is all about
Yeah.
leveraging the power of social proof.
Social proof. What's that?
It's basically letting other people sing your praises.
Okay, so like testimonials,
Yep.
reviews, influencer endorsements.
All of that.
So instead of us bragging about how great we are,
Right.
we let our customers do the talking
Exactly, because people trust other people,
more than they trust us.
especially online.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there's actually research to support this.
Really?
Bright Local found that 88% of people
Wow, that's a lot.
trust online reviews.
That's incredible.
As much as personal recommendations,
So we really need to make sure we're getting those positive reviews.
we do, because they can make a huge difference.
Okay, so how do we do that? How do we harness the power of social proof?
Well, it's about finding authentic ways
Okay,
to weave those testimonials and reviews into your overall strategy.
so like featuring customer testimonials on our website,
Exactly.
sharing positive reviews on social media,
Uh-huh.
partnering with influencers.
All of that.
Okay, I get it.
But it has to be genuine.
Right. It can't feel forced.
Exactly.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
What's the final piece of the puzzle?
All right, so this last point
Okay.
is crucial in today's fast-paced world.
Okay.
And that is
Yeah.
being agile
Agile.
and ready to adjust.
So like being a marketing ninja.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Because the marketing landscape is constantly evolving.
Yeah, it's like a jungle out there.
Right. And we need to be able to adapt
To new trends, new technologies.
the new consumer behaviors.
So how do we cultivate this agile mindset?
Well, the article advocates for what's called agile marketing,
Okay.
which is a more iterative and flexible approach.
So instead of sticking to a rigid plan,
Right.
we need to be willing to change course
Exactly.
based on what's happening in the market.
And what the data is telling you.
And I bet there are some impressive stats out there
There are.
to show just how powerful this approach can be.
Well, Forrester research
Oh.
found that companies using agile marketing
Uh-huh.
see 30% more effective campaigns
Wow, that's significant.
because they're able to quickly adapt to those changing conditions.
So it's all about being flexible
It is.
and open to trying new things.
Exactly.
And I think that's something that really resonates with the salesfully.com community.
Oh, yeah.
They're always eager to learn and grow.
It's inspiring to see.
It really is.
Such a vibrant and engaged community.
Now, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive,
We have.
but there's still so much more to explore.
We've only just scratched the surface.
So stay tuned for part 2,
Yes, definitely.
where we'll delve deeper into the practical applications of these strategies.
And answer some of your burning questions.
And we'll be back with more insights from the salesfully.com community.
Can't wait.
So until then, keep those marketing fires burning.
Yeah, keep learning and keep growing.
And we'll see you next time.
See you then. Welcome back to our deep dive, everybody.
All right, we're back.
We're diving even deeper into these modern marketing strategies.
I'm excited.
And I gotta say,
Yeah.
I'm really loving the feedback that we're getting from the salesfully.com community.
Oh, yeah, they're loving it.
They're asking some really great questions.
They're on fire with this stuff.
So let's jump right back in.
Yeah, let's do it.
One thing that keeps coming up in their discussions is this whole issue of measurement.
Measurement.
Yeah, they're putting in the work,
Mm-hmm.
trying these new strategies,
Right.
but they're not always sure.
How to track their success.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's a big problem because If you don't know what's working,
You're just shooting in the dark.
you're wasting time and money.
Exact.
So how do we avoid that?
Well, it all starts with establishing clear metrics.
Metrics.
Yeah, and tracking systems.
Okay, so what are some of the key things that we should be measuring?
Well, it depends on your specific goals,
Right.
but there are some fundamental metrics
Okay.
that every marketer should be keeping an eye on.
Like what?
Website traffic,
Okay.
email, open and click-through rates,
Mm-hmm.
social media engagement metrics.
Okay, yeah, those are all good ones.
Those can give you a really good sense of how your marketing is performing.
So once we have all this data,
Right.
what do we actually do with it?
Well, that's where the analysis comes in.
Analysis. Sounds scary.
It's not that bad, I promise.
So how do we make sense of all these numbers?
Well, let's say you notice a spike in website traffic after launching a new blog post.
Okay. Yeah.
That's great. But you don't want to just stop there.
Right.
You need to dig deeper and understand why it happened.
So it's about asking those why questions
Exactly.
and figuring out what's driving those results.
And once you understand the why,
Yeah.
you can start to make adjustments and optimizations to improve your results.
So we're using data to constantly improve our marketing
Exactly. It's a continuous cycle.
of learning and improvement.
And the beauty of it is
Yeah.
it's always evolving,
So we're never stuck with a strategy that's not working.
right?
We can always adapt.
Based on what the data is telling us.
And this is where technology can really help us out.
Oh, absolutely.
There are some amazing marketing automation platforms out there.
That can streamline this entire process.
Yeah, and we've been hearing a lot from the salesfully.com community about how these platforms are helping them level up their marketing.
It's amazing what technology can do these days.
It really is.
But even with the most sophisticated tools,
Yeah.
it's important to remember
Yeah.
that data is only as good as the insights we extract from it.
So it's not about drowning in data.
Nope.
It's about using it strategically.
To make better decisions.
Okay, so we're not just data analysts. We're data storytellers.
I like that.
We're finding the meaning behind the numbers
Exactly.
and using that to create more impactful marketing.
And speaking of impact,
Yeah.
one of the themes that's emerged from our conversations
With the salesfully.com community.
yeah,
What's that?
is this desire
Uh-huh.
to create marketing
Okay.
that's not just effective.
But also meaningful.
So it's about more than just the bottom line.
Right. It's about connecting with people
Uh-huh.
on the deeper level.
And contributing to a greater good.
Oh, I love that.
So how do we bring that sense of purpose into our marketing?
Yeah. How do we do that?
Well, it starts with
Okay.
aligning your marketing efforts with your core values
Core values.
and your brand's mission.
So what do you stand for? What impact do you want to make on the world? I love that approach.
And when you're authentically passionate about what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
that passion shines through in your marketing.
Yeah. It's contagious.
It becomes less about selling.
And more about sharing your story,
Exactly.
your vision, your values.
And that's something that consumers are craving.
Oh, yeah. They want to support brands that align with their own beliefs.
Absolutely.
Brands that are making a positive impact.
So it's a win-win.
Consumers feel good about supporting those brands.
And businesses benefit from that loyalty and positive brand perception.
Exactly. It's a beautiful synergy.
It really is.
And it's something that the salesfully.com community is really embracing.
Oh, yeah.
They're finding creative ways to weave purpose into their campaigns.
It's inspiring to see the impact they're making.
It really is.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this second part of our deep dive.
Yeah, we have. But there's still more to explore,
There is. Stay tuned for part 3.
where we'll continue this conversation.
And answer some more of your questions.
So until then, keep those marketing fires burning.
And keep those questions coming.
All right, welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into modern marketing.
It's been quite a journey. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have. And I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty inspired.
Me too. It's exciting to see how these strategies are resonating with everyone.
Oh yeah, especially with the salesfully.com community.
They're really engaged with this stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And, one of the questions that keeps coming up is
Yeah.
how to balance staying true to your brand
Right.
while also keeping up with all these ever-changing marketing trends.
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah. It's tricky
Mm,
because on the one hand, you don't want to be so rigid
right.
that you become
Gotta
irrelevant.
stay current
Yeah. But on the other hand, you don't want to chase every shiny new trend and
and lose sight of what makes you.
yeah, it's like trying to find that sweet spot
Exactly.
between classic style and modern flair.
I like that analogy.
So how do we do that? How do we strike that balance?
Well, I think it all starts with
Yeah.
a deep understanding of your core brand values.
So knowing who you are at your core.
Exactly. And then also knowing your target audience.
Who are you talking to?
Exactly.
So it's kind of like having a strong foundation
Yeah.
and then using that as a filter
Yeah.
to decide which trends to try.
Right. It's about being authentic, right?
Being true to yourself.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, consumers can spot a phony a mile away.
Oh, yeah. They can smell it.
They want the real deal.
Okay. So how do we figure out which trends are worth exploring
Right.
and which ones are just hype?
That's the tough part.
Yeah.
One thing you can do is look at what your competitors are doing.
Oh, okay. So kind of like competitive intelligence.
Exactly. See what's working for them.
But we got to remember, just because everyone else is doing something
Right.
doesn't mean it's right for us.
Exactly.
So we have to be discerning.
Be picky. Ask yourself those tough questions. Does this align with our brand?
Will our customers care?
Can we actually pull this off?
So it's about being strategic,
And selective.
choosing the trends that will help us shine.
That amplify your strengths.
And sometimes the smartest move is to just stick with what you do best.
Sometimes the classics are the best.
It's easy to get caught up in the fear of missing out, you know.
Oh, yeah. FOMO is real.
But you got to stay focused on what makes your brand special.
Exactly.
Don't lose sight of that.
And remember, it's okay to experiment, to try new things.
Yeah.
But do it with a purpose.
And a way to measure the results.
Always be learning. Always be iterating.
It's a journey.
It is. Modern marketing is all about evolution and adaptation.
I love that. Well, I think that's a great note to end on.
I think so too.
So to all our listeners out there, keep those marketing fires burning.
Keep learning. Keep growing.
And a huge thank you to the salesfully.com community
Yeah, they're awesome.
for all their incredible insights and questions.
They're making this journey so much fun.
They really are.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you all next time.
See you then.